Good morning, it's good to see you. Is there one place in particular that you recall throughout your years of travel that sort of sits with you still?
Probably Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Can you pinpoint the reason why you sort of gravitate towards that?
My ancestors were Irish.
Oh, I see.
And they emigrated out to South Africa. So
oh, did they?
that's the connection.
You've come the long way.
Yes.
You've come the long way. Do you know what year? Have you done your genealogy? And no, okay. And can I just one more question, if I may? And I do appreciate you giving me your time. Is there a place that you probably wouldn't go back to?
No, not really. I've been to many places, but there's not really a place I wouldn't go back to.
Oh,
not at this stage. I haven't found it yet.
Have you travelled much in Australia as well? I guess you have.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Too.
And any future travel plans?
Yeah, we'll be doing Europe later on this year.
Oh, wonderful.
And that'll probably put an end to the travels over that side of the world. And we'll concentrate on this side.
Yeah, all right. I really do appreciate you stopping in to chat. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am, you strike me as a bit of a traveller and you don't appear Australian. Are you from another country?
Yeah, I live in Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
Yeah.
And you're originally from?
Iraq.
Iraq. And how long in Australia now?
We left Canada like 2.5 months, and we're visiting my husband's siblings in Melbourne. So we took a trip to all over Australia.
Very nice. Can I ask you, is there one place in your travels in your lifetime that you've always wanted to go back to? Some place that's sort of held, I don't know, been close to your heart, or something about the place that you enjoyed a great deal?
Yeah. Let's see. Being a Catholic, maybe Rome.
Rome?
Yeah.
And is there a place that you would never return to?
Fiji.
Fiji? And one last question. Is there a place that you'd really like to go that you haven't been yet?
Croatia.
Croatia. What was your name?
Mary.
Mary. Thank you so much, Mary. I really appreciate it. Have a good day.
Bye, you too.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Well, we're from Michigan, and basically here to ride the great trains, which is the Indian Pacific, which we've just completed from Sydney to Perth. And tomorrow we fly into New Zealand. There are 3 trains over there: the Northern Explorer, the Coastal Pacific, and the Transalpine, I believe. So that's
a wonderful trip. You've done many train journeys around the world, I guess, then, have you?
Well, we've done in the USA, basically.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for stopping and having a quick chat. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day.
Absolutely, guys.
See you.
Great friend.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Star, 3 questions, or 2 questions, I'm not sure, I forget. Your favourite place you've been that you've travelled to?
Still Australia.
It's still Australia?
Yeah.
Wow, still? After all this time, it's still your most favourite place to travel. That's great. Is there a place that you've travelled to that you wouldn't go back to?
Go back to?
You wouldn't, yeah, you wouldn't like to visit it again?
I haven't traveled to many places, so no, I don't have any place that I want to go back to.
And is there one place that you would really, really like to travel to that you haven't been yet?
Maybe Greece?
Greece? Santorini?
Oh.
Somewhere like that? Anywhere?
Yeah, European countries. Yeah.
Cool. Star, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to busking. I hope it's a successful day. Last night I was thinking about, what do I talk about today? Obviously I'm not in Bali, I can't show you the place and the people, so we need some kind of topic of discussion, or at least I do anyway. And I was thinking or remembering a guy I met who was an expat in Bali, and I thought it worth telling his story as a bit of a cautionary tale to those who might, be considering moving to Bali full time. It's easy to fall in love with Bali for all the reasons we all understand. But yeah, there's some things I think you need to be aware of, and this is one of them. We'll call him Bob. Bob had been coming to Bali regularly a couple of times a year for a number of years, and he thought he'd like to move there permanently. So he sold up everything, got himself a house, a car, and moved to Bali. And it all started really, really well for him. He was excited. He was getting things organised. He was called, he could call himself an expat. He was really slotting into the lifestyle very, very well. He was developing relationships with the staff at his favourite warung and restaurants. He was developing relationships with the expat community in Bali as well. It was all very, very exciting for him. Then a few months in, things started to change a little bit for Bob. When he'd try and get hold of his landlord, if something needed doing around the house, his landlord wouldn't get back to him in what he considered was a reasonable time frame. And when there was work to be done on a pipe or some other electrical issue, the tradespeople meant to arrive in the afternoon or the morning, and they just wouldn't arrive at all, and it might go a couple of days before these things were being attended to. The traffic that he could see past at one point was no longer a pleasant thing to deal with at all. It'd become abhorrent to him to have to go out into the traffic. So instead of going out and visiting places as he did when he first arrived, he sort of withdrew a little bit to the area in which he was staying in. So he didn't go sightseeing. The expat relationships that he had formed were crumbling a little bit, and the place had become very, very small for him. The local dog that never used to really worry him that much started to aggravate him a bit. The times that the Wi-Fi or the internet would drop out would start to bug him. These small things accumulated until Bob became quite jaded, and if you had a bit of a chat with him, there wasn't a lot of positivity coming out of his life or his experience. He was quick to lambast, how long it took to get a meal, or the rise in costs of things. And Bob obviously wasn't in a very, very good place. The place that he had, Bali he'd idealised Bali as the perfect island retirement place, based on his couple of visits each year, which were holidays. They were a reprieve from his day-to-day life. And I think it's a worthy cautionary tale that you have to understand that your holidays that you take to Bali and Thailand or Cambodia or wherever, they are different from the lifestyle that you'll lead when you're living there permanently. What's the remedy? How can you protect yourself against that type of experience? Just going once or twice a year for a month, I don't think is enough. I think you actually have to move there. Don't sell up, don't sell everything, don't give away your heirlooms and all that type of thing. Keep your security and your home back wherever you are, and just move for 6 months. And I think it has to be a minimum of 6 months. You've got to get through that honeymoon period of enjoying setting up your place and the newness of being an expat and experiencing the place on a different level. There's that honeymoon period that we all sort of have experienced. That does fade. And there's a lot of intricacies that go along with living full-time in places, which I'm sure many of you know, and I hope will contribute to the conversation and perhaps warn others of the possibilities of what can occur. So yeah, look, go for a minimum of 6 months to the area that you think you'd like to move to. Take a place similar to what you might like to take on a longer term, perhaps 10-year lease or whatever, and just live there and experience it and get used to it, because it's a vastly different proposition to your annual or biannual holidays. I'm curious to know how many of yourselves might be perhaps considering a full-time move to Bali, or are you like some of us who sort of like to keep a bit of distance? We don't want to sort of commit to a full-time life there. We want that opportunity or that option to come and go. I know there are a few of you that are actually living there as well. I'd be interested to know what the ratio is actually of how many people holiday there, how many people are sort of semi-permanent, and how many people are actually committed and are full-time expats in Bali. I've gravitated back to the Murray Street Mall because it's quite warm and humid today, and the air conditioning from all the department stores and the shops with the doors opening and closing cools the area, so it's a good 7 degrees cooler in the Murray Street Mall. So we might wander up and down here for a while. Behind me is the tourist information booth in Murray Street Mall. I'm going to ask them what the most requested information is. Let's see. Good day, good sir. Well, indeed, I'm a small YouTuber based out of Bali on a visa run to Perth, and my theme of the channel is travel. And it just struck me as I was walking past, I'd be interested to know what would be the 2 most commonly requested bits of information from travellers that come to Perth?
Why aren't there more public toilets?
Public toilets, right.
Literally is the #1 question.
Right, and are they easily accessible from here?
There aren't many.
There aren't many. Oh, okay. And can I ask what another request might be, or for information for?
Information, a lot of the people want to know what tours are available. Because we run walking tours out of here, so unfortunately they're cancelled because of the weather.
I've often used these guys just, I don't know, something comes to mind and I wonder where something is, and they're always really, really generous with their time. Yeah, sorry, what was your name? Sorry? Dan. Really appreciate you taking the time, Dan. Have a good day. This bird you see sitting on the awning or the roof of this cafe building is what we Australians affectionately call a binchook. I believe it is, I don't know, is it an ibis or a heron? I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, you'll often see them tearing through the bins up alleys. Binchook. Sushi Hub. It's a pretty regular stop for me when I'm in the city for lunch. I generally just pick up a little roll. I don't know what I'm going to have today. I'm probably going to go for a smoked salmon, I think. I think I'll go for a smoked salmon. Sabrina's been working here for years, I think. How long have you been working here, Sabrina?
Here?
Yeah.
For this store, more than 5 years.
I know, I see you all the time. It's good to see you. You're always smiling too. Thank you for that. Sabrina, can I have a smoked salmon avocado, please?
Smoked salmon? Yeah, sure.
Can I ask where you're from, Sabrina?
I'm from Taiwan.
From Taiwan. And how long now in Australia?
10, almost 11 years.
Nearly 11 years. So you kind of like it then?
Yeah.
Are you here with the family or just by yourself?
Myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks for stopping and chatting. Thanks, Stephanie. After 4 or 5 years of reliable service, I find myself in need of a new GoPro. I currently use the GoPro Hero 8 and it's taken a beating. I've got buttons that don't work. It's sort of a bit glitchy from time to time. So we have to bite the bullet and buy another one. There are 2 pieces of equipment that are integral to what I do. One is the camera, of course, and one is the laptop. The laptop, the MacBook Air M2, is pretty new and 100% reliable and really, really good. And I just didn't want that in the back of my mind when I get back to Bali in a week to be worried about the GoPro. One of the things I wanted to do in this video was acknowledge the support I'm getting from quite a large number of you. There's a core group that are continually, every video, they're contributing a comment, an opinion, an observation, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for your participation, because this constant commenting is or replies to the videos really helps the channel. The algorithm picks up on it and it contributes significantly to how far the videos are pushed. So yeah, look, thanks very much. It's not taken for granted. I do really appreciate you participating, especially on times like this where I'm not in Bali showing you the people and the places, and it could be a little bit sterile by comparison, so even still you guys are in there helping and pushing the videos along. So really, thank you. That's just about it for this one. Thanks again for your contributions and your ongoing support for the channel. I really do appreciate it. As always, I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.